So, BMG all metal dual extruder part 2. Okay, so as we all know, those of us that have the Anycubic Chiron, they send these spare replacements with the tube already in it that is stuck or wedged or pressed fitted into that throat and into the nozzle. You can't swap it out easily. You can, not easily. So the next thing you do, you just buy your own Clone 5 version, stick your Capricorn tube in it, make it any length you need it, or you even upgrade to a V6 and do the same thing. No, that is not a volcano head. It's actually two of them side by side. But anyway, I digress. So, got the sensor mount in and mounted. I had to move my filament spool holder over about an inch to line it up because the mount moved everything over about an inch. That's normally where the motor sits, is right here. Now it's over here. So as you can see, I can reach right around the printer and get right to it if I had to. And I don't have to reach around this bar, get those little stripes on your thumb from the grease on the thread. Trying an experiment though. Those of you that are looking, I printed a coupler. As I said, the Anycubic Chiron one is too short. And since I moved this over an inch and a half or so, now I could buy the pneumatic coupler from Amazon. It's going to take 3 days. I'm like, well, we'll try this. It's either going to work, or I can buy that, or I can just switch the hot end. Yes, that's the dog. Now I can bring this over here. I'll have to cut it, of course. I'll probably make it a little bit longer to give it some slack, or something like that. I have not tested it just yet, bringing the carriage all the way back. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm going to tilt you up a little. So now obviously I'm not holding it to keep it from coiling. But I think I would make sure it stayed coiled that way. Let's try that again. Yeah, see, I'm seeing it hit the print bed. If I had a print down there. Bungee cord. I don't know. A little piece of elastic coming up there. Now I know why theirs is so short. So it doesn't hit your print bed. I have the paper towel down here because I actually glued them in. Because if they slide out, it defeats the whole purpose. So, the all-metal extruder. You haven't seen any of my other videos? Friggin' awesome. Massive upgrade. Aside from the print quality, no under extrusion, no over extrusion, no skipping, no clicking. Friggin' perfect. That's why I bought it. 2. Filament. You just get the filament in that little blue tube. It's not Capricorn, but it's pretty similar. Whatever, it's a Bowden tube. Once you get it in there, there's a set of gears right here. Gears catch it. It automatically feeds the rest of it. You don't have to fiddle around like you do with that Clone Titan that the Chiron came with. Just get in that blue tube, push it into the gear. If you're in the middle of printing, make sure you keep pressure on it so you get past the retractions. And then friggin' awesome. Now, right now it's just hanging out in the wind over here, filament. So I'm waiting on that Bowden tube to stop or to dry. So I glued it. We'll get you a little closer. Those of you that get motion sick, close your eyes. Okay. So you can see there's where the mount used to be. Used to be right here. Now it's over there. So I just moved it forward about an inch and over an inch. And then the filament sensor, instead of being screwed in here, which was kind of loosey-goosey and wasn't happy with it anyway, I just made the sensor holder built right into this mount. Let's see if I can get you a better picture. But yeah, it's just built right into it. Then I put 2 screws through it, or bolts, so it stays. I mean, there's no pressure by any means on it. It's just a little limit switch. It's actually just like the Y right there. That's all it is. It's just inside a case, so the filament pushes it down. And then I slid the bracket over all the way. I mean, it's as far as it can go. It's hitting the little bumper for the filament. As you can see, it's pretty close here. I won't be using any 5 kilogram spools. These 1 kilograms are much as I'm going to be able to put on there. Oh, that label's faded out. Anyway, it's from ZL Tech. It's kind of my favorite filament distributor. Although, unfortunately, with everything going on at the moment, they seem to be out of stock of a lot of stuff. A lot. But if I did buy the 5K spool, I could just reel it up on here and then clip it and then change it out as needed, if I needed to, if I was desperate. But I usually buy the 1 kilogram ones anyway, so it's not an issue. What else? That's all I've done. No, that's not all I've done. I printed the Megalodon Benchy. It will not focus. It's focusing clear over here on my arm instead of the thing in front of it. So we can get it to focus. Doesn't help it's white either. Yes, I put a flag on it. Oh, there you focused. It came out pretty damn good. Like I said, I've always been impressed with the Chiron's prints. It's not focusing again. And then I did put the 228 stepper drivers in there. Oh, there it's focused. Oh, I saw a little bit of stringing there. If it'll focus again, I won't torture you, but you get the idea. Anyway, and yes, printed out the flag, and it does have the pirate skull on it. You can barely see, but anyway, trust me, it's there. I always said this printer printed pretty damn good right out of the box. Could it use some improvements? Well, of course it could. The hot end, the Banta mounts, the all-metal dual extruder, the silent stepper drivers, the A988s or whatever those stock ones were ridiculous. But I didn't pay, $1,000 for the printer. I paid $1,000 for the printer, but it come with all that and it better be perfect out of the box. But for the price point they build it to, which most people just don't understand, it's not a out of the box perfect every print. I mean, look at Prusa printers. How much are those? And they're these itty bitty little tiny things. I mean, they're tiny. And they're like, what, 4 times the price of this? This is one of the biggest. I think there's a couple of Trunksy Core XYs that might be a little bigger. I think there's a 500 by 500. But other than the Core XYs, this is the biggest printer I know of. The CR10 Max is, 400 by 400 by 450, I think. This is 400 by 400 by 500. It says 450, and I know that. But if you move this belt, which I don't print that big anyway, but if you move this, or the cable chain, it's 500. And these, the bars that you can't see way up here, I have them spread out far enough so that when the X carriage comes up, it fits within there. So no hitting on either side. Although now I just realized that is not the case. I just moved this out 2 inches. And when you get up there, that is going to be an issue. It's actually going to be an issue right about here. Uh-oh. That is a problem. Just seeing where it becomes an issue at. Because it is going to be an issue. Let's see if I can move you over where you can see a little better. Tilt you up. Of course the light's right in here. There we go. So that's what we're looking at. One more. Oh, we can go one more. I think one more. So, moving this out, I just lost, was that 8 inches? Nope, it's about 6.5 inches. Holy shnikes. I did not even think about that brace. So instead of being 23-inch build plate, well, that would be right, because it'd be the bottom of the extruder, not the top of the bar. Well, anyway, top of the bar went from 23 down to 15. Ouch. That's 7, 8, so that's not right. We couldn't have done that anyway. From here, it wouldn't have actually gone all the way up. From here, it would have been right about here, so about 5 inches, I guess. Yeah, because here's my marks. I think you can see them on there. So technically, I guess that's about 5.5. I don't typically build that big, but so if we go to the nozzle, $11.5. What does that come out to be? No, putty tap. You can't tap my chair. 11.5. Where's my mouse? I can't do millimeter conversion in my head. That drops us down to about 300 millimeters from 450. It's 150 missed. Yeah, because we should be able to print 17.7 inches. Oh, damn. So 11.8. Let's try this thing one more time. Need another flat piece. This is fairly flat. We're just above 12. 12 and a quarter. Okay, so that's 312 millimeters. Holy fudgesicles. Alright, well, we're going to be testing it out as is, but we're probably going to have to move this over. That's not going to work. Damn, I didn't even think of that bar. Unless I can extend this one out, like I did the front. You can see how the front sticks out a bit more. Oh, I guess you can't. So I can make this bracket longer in the back. Actually, honestly, I could just flip them around. Well, no, I can't, because then the front would be an issue. It's not now. The front's perfectly fine with the mount. Yeah, I'm going to have to make at least this one as long in the back as it is in the front. And change the angle out a bit. Or change this mount. Which I can still stay with it, but instead of going out, we're going to have to push it forward. So we'll do the around the bar here, and then just bring it all forward to where it sits here. Damn. Damn. That was a really cool idea, and if I didn't have that bracket back there, wonder what happened if I just had the one. If I just had this one over here, which you can't see, there it is, just that one. Well, just homing the plate. Should be locked. He is. Thinking about this. The other thing is I have been printing slower, so it's not doing the whole rocky like this when I print fast. Maybe I don't need that bar. Huh. Just turn the motors off. I'll slide this bed forward. That way this little piece that has glue on it is on that napkin. And let's turn them off. Alright then, well, that is an issue I did not contemplate. Plus I see one other also. Do you see it? If this was a full spool, the sensor would be a problem. I mean, obviously I could take the spool off. And use the roller bearings I made. These little things. They just got bearings in them, and then the spool sits like this on it. Well, it's upside down here. And then the other one on the other side. Well, damn it. That was my fault for not looking ahead. And as you can see, like my robot, my vase that's back here, you can't actually see. There's a couple of them, and then there's the bronze gold one there. My scary skull, my T-Rex, my Velociraptor right there. I don't usually print big, but when I do, that's a problem. I think what I'm going to do for now, because right now I got a bunch of little ones that are like maybe 200 millimeters high. If I go to print something bigger, all I have to do is just really need a wide angle camera. All I have to do is loosen the nuts on that back one. You can barely see them. And then this will just drop down and see how it prints. Like I said, I don't really print that fast. I'm usually only around 75, 80 millimeters a second. So, unless I'm getting up towards 100, because right now the bed usually don't, or the whole table don't move, but when I print over 100, it usually does this. That's usually how it prints when I'm up over 100. Right around 75, 80, it actually doesn't move. What do you think? Should I take that bar off, or should I just put this back in its original location? Darn it. Let me know down below in the comments.